Their quest started off strong against the Suns. The Thunder got off to a fast start. They led by more than 20 at the break. SGA took the fourth quarter off, and yet OKC still won by 35 over the 8 seed in Phoenix. Jalen Williams scored 22. SGA had 25. Here's Jay Will postgame.
Not going into like game ones being like, all right, let's just blow them out. You know, it's just more like, how hard can we play to set the tone for that? For us, not even for the Suns. It's like, let's set a tone of like what's expected from the first guy to the 15th man.
All right, Brian Windhorst back here with us on First Take. More impressive blowout. Was it the Thunder or was it the Celtics, Stephen A?
It's a hard call, believe it or not, because I'm in awe of the OKC Thunder and the well-oiled machine they are. There's just no dissipation. There's no drop-off in terms of their effectiveness, in terms of their energy, in terms of, you know, they don't walk around like they have something to prove. They just do it. You know, it's like it's almost nothing to them. They just do it. The Boston Celtics, however, to me, is the answer to this question. For Jayson Tatum to look the way that he's looking, Wendy, I mean, it's like they're just putting everybody on notice. A couple of years back, they won the championship. They beat Dallas. Last year, dropped off, got upset by the New York Knicks. They're just letting everybody know, you know what, that was an aberration. That ain't us. You understand? And they're playing like a team that wants the New York Knicks, you know, and want everybody. They want all the smoke. You know, Jaylen Brown's going to do what he did. He did it last night. And Jayson Tatum, you know, just continues to ascend and shows that he's getting healthy and finding his rhythm. They go to a 35-point lead. You got Coach Mazzulla playing all 12 players. 12 players rather. You just see this kind of stuff going on with them, and you're just saying, you know, Boston is clearly looking like the team to beat in the Eastern Conference. And they're putting everybody on notice. You know, they're on a collision course with the New York Knicks in the second round, and they intend to be ready and to make amends for what happened last week. That's the kind of message they sent to the Philadelphia 76ers. Whatever rivalry traditionally we have against this franchise, that is not the case this year. They are not on our level. Don't you think for a second that they are. Talking about the Sixers. That's what they did yesterday.
I don't love the way this question is framed, Shay, because it makes me have something negative to say about the other team, as if one was less impressive. But I think Oklahoma City was incredible yesterday. I don't love the way this question is framed, Shay, because it makes me have something negative to say about the other team, as if one was less impressive. But I think Oklahoma City was incredible yesterday. If you watch this game and the way this team played, I mean, well-oiled machine. Holy Moses. Like, tell me how someone's beaten them 4 out of 7. Now, look, you see something happen in April, things can be very different by mid-May, much less mid-June, okay? We all know that. We have experience watching playoff basketball. That's what the Thunder have as well. Stephen A., the points off turnovers in this game, and the reason I pick this obscure stat, points off turnovers, it's, you know, you can use a lot of different stats to make a lot of different cases, but the points off turnover stat is an important one to tell you how the Thunder are functioning, because their entire strategy is based on having more possessions than the opposition. So when the points off turnovers is like the dipstick on how that's going. As you would say, I mean, damn. 34-2. 34-2. Everybody that they put on the court was in its exactly correct defensive position at all times. Every rotation was crisp. Sub, immediately come in. Defensive rotation crisp. One player is causing hell. They bring in another player. He causes hell. They bring in another player. He causes hell. I mean, it's incredible to watch. Their average margin of victory in the first round at home last season, they're in the West playoffs, was 29 points. They do this on the regular. They beat teams' heads in at the start of series to set the tone, as Jalen Williams just said. They've been doing it for years. They win by 35 yesterday. So You are exactly correct about Jayson Tatum. I thought Peyton Pritchard had a good game. The Celtics bench completely dominated the 76ers bench. It was 16-4 in three-point shooting. That is the centerpiece. That's the Celtics game plan. But when you talk about the way that the Thunder executed and how ready they are, fully healthy, they were extraordinarily impressive as a defending champ yesterday.
Well, I will say this. Over the last 8 games, Jayson Tatum is averaging 25, 11, and 7. That's what he's been doing. And this was his quote after the game. I'm still rehabbing.
Yes.
I still attack rehab every single day, except for when we have off days. He's still rehabbing. That's why I said what I'm saying, Wendy. I'm looking at Oklahoma City. It's incredibly impressive, but I'm thinking about a Phoenix Suns team that's ill-equipped to go up against them. And it is what it is. Not to say that Philly is equipped to go up against Boston, because we know that's not the case. But what we're looking for from Boston, in terms of viewing them as legitimate title contenders, was whether or not Jayson Tatum would elevate to himself after tearing the Achilles. And that appears to be ahead of schedule. That's why I said Boston. I'm looking at them.
It felt like Jayson Tatum almost said this on purpose. Like, I'm still rehabbing. There's more in this tank. Like, don't be fooled now. Even
I tried to tell him to sit out. I did everything I could, Knicks fans. I did everything I could. I said, yo, Jayson, stay away. Stay away. You don't need to come back. Take your time. You're right there on first thing. Just take your time. Don't rush. And damn it, he didn't listen.
With a vengeance. Okay, straight ahead here on First Take. LeBron did it.
Celtics from the jump all the way through. So if you put it all together, what impressed you the most at how they just dominated Philly?
Well, it was a lot of things. One, shout out to the Celtics for setting the tone on what playoff basketball looks like, and especially on the defensive end. I know Jaylen Brown did his thing late in the second half, but it was Jayson Tatum for me.
Okay.
The growth, right? Coming off an injury, and we're looking at this play right here. Look at it in transition, setting up the high ball screen with him and Vucevic, and watch him split the screen, get downhill, and take off outside the charge circle for a two-hand flush. Now, you talk about making guys around you better. He invites the double team, has the patience, right, to accept it, give Cater enough time to roll, put him in position with a nice, perfect pass to finish with a dunk. Here we are again, pushing the pace, tempo, surveying the floor, doing what he does best, getting yours and making guys around you better, hitting the guy that he trusts in Sam Hauser to knock down the tray ball. Again, when you're looking at the Celtics, the reason I picked them is because yes, they have the best duo in the NBA, but they have the most championship experience. Sure. We saw that tonight, the way that they played.
They look good. They do. So we broke the seal on the postseason this weekend. 8 game ones over the last couple days. Perk, give me your biggest takeaway from all that action.
I got to go with the Celtics and OKC and the way that they set the tone and showed you what championship level defense looked like on both ends of the floor. Both teams holding their opponents under 100 points. And when you think about it, Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown, SGA, they didn't have the best shooting nights, but they hung their hats on the defensive side, right? We saw Jaylen Brown getting stops. We saw SGA, he had 2 blocks in the game, and showing you what it takes, because at this point, people don't care about embarrassment. You want to see your stars and your superstars going for steals, going for loose 50-50 balls, getting blocks, meeting guys at the rim. That's what we saw tonight, set by both of these ball clubs.
Books say that's the most likely finals matchup. The Celtics and Thunder. We'll see a lot of